Hey guys, what's up? I'm here to talk about the Devil Islander game from Friday, October 20th. Uh, Real good game, even though I thought we gave up too many goals, and we should have ended the game in regulation, not let it go to overtime. Um, Quick stats, obviously we won 5-4. 39-32 shots us. Hits 22-10 them. Face offs was pretty much even 31-29 them. They only got two power plays. I think there was a 4-on-4 that happened. And then we went 4 for 5 on our power plays. I mean, it was just ridiculous. Now, I want you to think about the shots for a second. The shots may have seemed close because it was 39-32, but the Islanders blocked 24 shots that we threw at the net. So if you take that into account, we actually fired like 63 shots on goal in the game against the Islanders. Uh, Brock Nelson scored first for the Islanders with assists from Ainville and Palmieri. Hamilton got a power play goal, the first of many, with a minute left in the period, with assists from Timo Meyer and Akira Smeed. Second period, Toffoli got his first goal of the season, assists from Hughes and Bratt. Uh, like right when the period started, tied it again with an assist from Palmieri. Devils got another power play about a minute later, I should say. Hughes and Bratt with the assists as Luke Hughes gets his first goal of the season. Bo Horvat tied it up about 4 minutes later. Assists from Dobson and Martin. In the third period, Luke Hughes gets a power play goal because, of course, he's Luke. I'm sorry, not Luke Hughes. Jack Hughes. Jack Hughes gets a power play goal. And my mistake. They have too many Hugheses on the team. Two Hughes too many. But it's a power play goal by Jack Hughes with an assist from Palat and Palmieri. Late in the third period, Hovat ties it with an assist from Lee and Barzell. And then about halfway through the overtime period, Jack Hughes does what Jack Hughes does best, assist from Marino and Timo Meyer to win it in overtime with his fourth goal of the season. Um, Two things that I want to talk about with this game. One is there was a bullshit penalty on Timo Meyer. You thought I was upset about the penalty to Mercer in the Florida Panther game. Oh boy. Timo Meyer got whacked in the neck with a stick. Intent to injure. That's an intent to injure penalty. He turns around, barely touches the guy as he's trying to go after him and retaliate. Now I get it. He's trying to go after him retaliation, but he's hardly touched the guy, and they toss Timo into the box for 2 minutes for roughing. I thought that was completely and utterly stupid. You should have waited until Timo started beating the crap out of him before you did anything. Um, and the other thing I want to talk about is remember how I said in the previous video that Arizona was complete idiots for letting Hughes go through them and almost scoring with 10 seconds left in the second period? Well, that goal in overtime by Jack Hughes, it's a 1-on-3. No one else from the Devils is on the ice. Jack Hughes has the puck. Now I get it. Granted, it looked like he was gonna go back over the blue line, to regroup with the other two Devils who are hopping onto the ice. But as it looks like he's about to do that, the Islanders space out a bit more, and he's just like, "Oh, I have room." And he goes right in between three Islanders, shoots the puck, and gets the goal for the overtime winner. I'm sorry. I know he's going to make a lot of people look like idiots this season, but 3-on-1s where he's getting a shot on goal or getting a goal, it it just cannot be allowed to happen. Excuse me for that. Um, Now I can understand trying to double cover him. That's what they did in the second period when the Devils had the power play. Jack had the puck. Two guys went over to deal with him. However, that opened up a shooting lane, and Jack just passed it off to his younger brother, Luke Hughes, who now has that open shooting lane because you committed to double teaming Jack. And he just fired it on in and got the goal there. So that's something that you really have to be careful about deciding to uh, double coverage on Jack Hughes because he'll just dump it off to someone who now has a shooting lane, and he's happy to just take an assist because I mean he went from what 6 points to 10 in this single game, and he's now the points leader. Um, it's only been 4 games. Right now, he's averaging 2.5 points per game. He's gonna get 205 if he miraculously keeps this pace up and doesn't get injured whatsoever throughout the season. Um, wasn't the last 200 plus point player in a single season like 30 years ago or 40 years ago or something like that in like the 80s or the 90s? So yeah, I think he's gonna do just fine this season. If he gets 200 plus points this season and doesn't win the Hart Trophy, I'm gonna be calling some major bullshit on that, and that it's being a conspiracy. And especially now that Connor McDavid is hurt, and the early diagnosis is he's going to be out for at least a week, maybe longer. In that case, that lets Jack Hughes get a huge jump on Connor McDavid because they're once again saying that the Hart Trophy is McDavid's to lose. Depending on how long this injury is, uh, then he could easily lose it to Jack because of the time that Jack is going to have to put distance between him and McDavid. So it all depends. It all just really depends on how he does the next few games. Uh, I believe next week they have a back to back. They have a Tuesday, Wednesday back to back. Tuesday is against the Montreal Canadiens. It's an away game in Canada. Montreal to be more specific. Um, that should be interesting because Toffoli used to be on the Canadiens, and it seems like whatever team he's on currently, when he goes with them to play against one of the teams that he was on a few seasons ago, he always ends up coming back to haunt them as a ghost. And then you simply just have Jack Hughes, who, I mean, what else can you say about Jack Hughes? He's going to be unstoppable, and he's just going to be unbelievable to watch. He's going to be fun to watch. And then the game on Wednesday, ironically enough, every single team is playing on Tuesday. You have 16 games on Tuesday, and then Wednesday there's only one game, and it's the Devils and the Capitals. And the Capitals are 1-3-1 right now, I believe, or they're 1-2-1. And so they're not doing that good, but they have Ovechkin. Um, Jack Hughes versus Alexander Ovechkin on Wednesday night is going to be so entertaining to watch. Um, the last time that the Devils played Washington, Jack Hughes had a hat trick, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he had a hat trick when the last time they played Washington in the season that just passed. That was his first hat trick of his career. So let's see what happens with these two games. Instead of covering both of them, I'm just going to wait until Wednesday night when the Washington game is over, and I'll just recap both games, which will hopefully be two more victories for the Devils and like another 6 to 10 points for Jack Hughes. Um, so if the power play keeps clicking the way it has, I think right now after like 5 games, they're like at least 50%. So if they keep having games like this one against the Islanders, as far as the power play goes, it's going to be ridiculous. They're just going to keep scoring goals, and I really don't see how you can really beat the Devils. Anyway, like the video if you like the content, subscribe if you enjoy the channel. We're getting closer and closer to 3,000 subs. We've got less than 100 to go, so I'm hoping to hit that by Thanksgiving. And if I do, I'm going to do something cool with the channel. So thanks, guys. Later.